Hi, and welcome to the Price Action Analyst YouTube channel. This is a video that I want to do about Vechain, VET. So this is a coin that I like and that I own or owned. I've had it since around here somewhere. And again, my entry here was not price based. I think it was one of the first coins I bought, and it was because I watched a YouTube video about what they were doing with this. Anyways, Vechain ran and it washed this high and it left a wick, and so when you see this wick, expect this. So I expect more price weakness, and you're seeing it kind of starting to paint in. I want to hold Vechain long term, but I couldn't. I thought, you know what, I'm not going to sit through that, because so when you get the wicks like this one here, this is expect weakness and a retracement of some sort. So having said that, so actually before what I was going to say is, given this strength, I expect the retracement to be shallow. And so what I'm going to do is drill down to the hourly bars, and I'll sort of picture, have a look at the price action and kind of gauge where I would expect this retrace to come into. That's roughly 50%, and you see wicks there, and there's probably air there. So I'm probably thinking this area here, but we'll drill down in the hourly bar and I'll take a look. So the other one thing I want to say is, so what I did here is I've temporarily exited Vechain, and I've moved it into, I split it across Ethereum and Nano. I've got Ethereum, but I think Ethereum's breaking out, and it's like pushing up right now. And I'm gonna have a look at Ethereum, and I'll have a look at Nano just to show you why I did what I did. But I'm starting to get ideas about where this channel is heading. So sorry, I'm gonna go off on a tangent here, but I'm thinking that from the subscriber interest, I'm kind of thinking that what would serve people's purposes is kind of having maybe like a subscription to, in quotes, my model portfolio of cryptos. So just stuff that I like, that's on my watch list, stuff that I'm actually holding, stuff that's breaking, anything that it's like a good entry point, and anything that I'm temporarily, switching out of because of things like this. And so obviously if I spent the time on that, it would be a paid subscription service, nothing too extravagant, but you would get, a spreadsheet. Every time I change something, you get an updated spreadsheet and maybe like an email saying, hey, like I'm changing something. So, and then you don't have to wait for the videos. You can kind of see what I'm doing in real time. So, if that's something you think that would be appealing to you, by all means, let me know in the comments. And again, how I'm sort of playing the cryptos is kind of growing, because the crypto thing's relatively new to me. Obviously trading's not, but the crypto thing is new, and like I'm learning, I'm learning things that you guys probably already know. Like you can't exchange cryptos in a wallet because they rape you with the fee for that. So you got to send it to an exchange and trade it and stuff. So I'm learning all that stuff. But anyways, let's go to this coin and see. So I don't want to ride that out, because especially if it comes in deep, I think it's better to take the profit here and then wait and see what happens. And I like this coin in the long term. My premise is still up, and I'm just looking to get out here and get in here. And it's, you're making more money doing that, but I also don't want to sit through this. And the other thing is, if this turns into this, well, then I'm out, right? So it's kind of a risk mitigation thing as well. And I've recently done this on a stock. I don't want to say which one, but it went up, it doubled, and then I'm back to where I got in. So it's healthy to just, it doesn't mean we're not going to hold it for the long term, but there's nothing wrong when switching out when you know that the price is going to come off. So let's just go into the hourly bars here. So this level here is 135. Just go back to the daily. 35. That doesn't look right. Okay, so this is an entire day, and the 5th closed. Come on, there. So you opened up and you closed here. So there's your wick, and then the second day wick is kind of here, I guess. So based on the daily bars, I expect this to come down here, and it's already pushed outside of this bottom triangle. So this is where trading gets nuanced, because again, I'm always harping on about a push up, 50% retracement, and then out to the upside. Sure, that's true, but these daily bars, that's overriding all of that. I expect price to come down here based off of this. Like, we see this all the time, right? Price doesn't go to the bottom of this wick and shoot out here. It pushes down. I guess this is going to override that. I expect price to come down here. And regardless, I need to see buying substantial buying before I get back in. But even though I frame up that triangle on the hourly thing, I now expect price to push out of the bottom of that and push down. So, in terms of that premise, it's happening because price is pushing out of here. So the other thing is this air here, price is going to want to fill this air. And again, especially on the hourly bars. So, this level is important. Now you're at the 135 level, right? So, if price gets down here, sure, if price makes a big, dirty, filthy buying bar, I've got to take that into account. But if price continues to meander down here, this is where I'm definitely going to be watching the screen when that happens. It's a little bit more there. So worst case scenario, we're like 121, 135. So now, now that I've exited, it's just a matter of waiting. My expectation is that air is going to fill. So, and again, it looks like, that's happening so far. You've had a breakout of the downside of this triangle. Maybe price comes. I don't expect it to go too much higher here before it rolls off. And again, I could always be wrong. This is why the thing about this that I've learned is you can never be wedded to a position. So I've just explained my position and price goes over here. But if I get a big, dirty, bullish engulfing bar, that changes everything. You've got to be willing to change your view. You're following price action, not the other way around. So that's, and this game is not, there's no one that's just 100% right in this shit, right? Like you have your premises and you have your expectations, but it'd be often that you're proven wrong, and you've got to be willing to see that you're wrong, have your things that prove that you're wrong, and then go with that. So, again, if we get a whole bunch of buying thing there and a big volume spike, I have to reassess. And that's okay, because, you know, ultimately if price paints in a big dirty buying bar and it closes here and price starts to move again, well, I'll buy back in. So, all right, I lost a bit of meat there, but that's okay. I know that the vast majority of time when I see those, price is not just going to rocket out of there. You're going to get some sort of retracement. And I think if you've been watching my videos for a while, you'll understand that's the high probability expectation when you see these. So that's Vechain. I have temporarily exited Vechain, and I went to... Now I'm kind of viewing Ethereum as, you know, Ethereum's like, from my amount of knowledge, is like the number 2 to Bitcoin. It's been around for a lot of time, lots happening. So, you know, this consolidations period's been very long. And I in my other video where I examine this, I think that this looks like it might be the low. And sorry, I'm looking at the completely wrong chart. Apologies. There we are. So same thing, consolidation, and then, you know, these kind of look like they might be the lows, and we could frame up this price action, and price is breaking out. And I told everyone that when price, you know, breaks out of here but then meanders along the trend line, it's almost always high probability for a push up. So I think Ethereum is gonna, again, it's at the highs here. You'd expect weakness. There's the weakness. But in the context of this up and then this meandering here, this is kind of the selling here slowing this down. But expect this push to push right up here, at least. And again, my projection off of this run here is this pink line. So my projection is for, even if we see weakness here, my projection is for price to push up into this level here. So I've moved some of the Vechain into Ethereum. So, you know, while Vechain is retracing, hopefully this is pushing up. So we're not, you know, if it works out the way that we want, we're not just winning because we get out of Vechain here and we buy back in here. We're winning as well because while Vechain is doing that, the thing that we parked it in is pushing up, hopefully, right? But this is looking good so far. My expectation is not for Ethereum to stall significantly at the 26 level. I'm thinking here we'll see some weakness here. In between these two highs, you're going to see some sort of weakness, most likely, and then expect, if it's a strong push up here, expect a shallow retrace and a stair step and out to here. And that might take some time, but again, hopefully we've parked Vechain in an appreciating asset while Vechain takes a breather. And then the other thing that I have gone to is Nano. And of course this doesn't have my trend lines on it, but Nano is... right. I mean, you can either, should always try and frame them parallel when you can. You get painted like that as well. But you know, if we're dealing with price action down here, then this is the line that you know, price will come in here and it'll test this line, and you see buying support off that line. So if price is down here, this becomes relevant. In fact, so much so I would just kill that. Anyways, so Nano has tested this and stair stepped out, retested, another test down, it's pushed down again, but it's in the context of these wicks. So it's formed these wicks here, and these wicks are a retest of this trend line, and this high should be acting as support too. So as you get a push out of that and a retest, this high is acting as buying support. So prices come down again, left another wick, and you've got now the selling's getting small. You're getting buying bars and buying bars. Nothing substantial yet, but my expectation here is to get a blue bar, and once we get that blue bar painted in, then I think that's it, to up here and then probably higher. But this volume, I think I mentioned in the other video, it's good. On this retrace, this volume is just dying off. So expect, and all this buying here, look at the volume on the buying. Then the retrace, look at the volume fall off. So just that volume, I think, will step back in and the price will push up, or vice versa. So again, I could be wrong, but that's where my Vechain's gone. Let's just have a look at what we could expect for this and this. See how the projections, they're from there to there, and you would say, all right, we're up. What's a projected move here to there? Look, I mean, it's not, to the cent, but it's not bad. You'll see that a lot. So if it's going to do one of those again, expect it to push past the high, and then, yeah. So anytime you see two peaks, halfway between, expect some weakness, but there's your projected target. But even if it does, I'm in that now, but even if it does that to that, that's a 40% increase. Call it a 50% increase. That money's increased 50%. Well, I've been waiting for Vechain to do its thing. So, if we get here and Vechain looks like it's ready for an entry, I've got more money to throw at it, right? I still want to own Vechain in the long term. I'm just parking that money in something I think that's going to go up while Vechain is having a rest. But yeah, so if we'll look at price when it gets here, but if price is very strong here and the mini retrace and we push up, this has got, we're talking the next level is here or here. So if you're entering this now at 10, I mean, we're talking your money's doubled by if price pushes out of this area, but we're getting in here, but if it gets to here and it pushes out of here on strength, like let's say it's here on strength and I'm like, all right, this is heading up, your next area of resistance is 21, which means if you get in here, you've doubled it. So there's a lot of ifs in there. I think I'm pretty sure about this, then we'll see. But if it gets here and then it pushes out of here, this is where I'm looking next. So that nano is looking pretty good, I think. So my computer looks like it's just frozen, but that's pretty much everything I wanted to say. I would appreciate what people think about seeing like my portfolio and having live updates about what's happening with it and stuff. What else? I think that's it. I kind of feel good about this strategy. The thing is, this crypto market, I think, there's a lot of coins on the exchange, so they're not all doing this, but I've got a list of say 15, 20, they're all in uptrends. So, while they're pushing up, as soon as they take a break, you can take that money and stick it into something else that, like Nano and Ethereum, that they're like, hey, like these are good entry points. So the money comes out of that and it goes into this. So you've got like two strategies working at once, because you're not just getting out of one at high and buying it when it's low. You're getting out when it's high, sticking it in something else that's going up, and then, when that's had its run, you can stick it back into Vechain or whatever. But if you're going to do that, you really need some sort of like a spreadsheet that says, hey, these are my cryptos. I'm out of this one temporarily, I'm in these ones, and keep an eye on stuff that's breaking out. Like you need to know when Vechain is making that next leg up, because you need to have money in it when it's doing that, right? But you also need to have some way of knowing, all right, it's time to put money back into Vechain. So the strategy I think I'm gonna personally do for cryptos is kind of becoming more clear, and maybe, you know, with a view to the service that this channel is going to provide. You know, I think that's kind of what people would be looking for. I mean, most of it is just what I think makes sense, but what people are asking, I mean, that's kind of the way that you want to ride this. I think that's a better strategy than just sitting in things indefinitely. But you've also got to take into account what you're willing to do. Like, if it's just too much trouble for you, then fine, just stick your money in Vechain and just leave it. So you have to take into account your circumstances and risk tolerance and stuff. But I think I'm kind of happy with that strategy. So I'm going to test it out over the next couple of months and start, you know, building a spreadsheet to track it and keep an eye on all these different things. And I'll just keep letting you know how that's going. So thanks again for watching. Hope this is helpful. Please like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and following me on Twitter. Yeah, if you could follow me on Twitter and start forwarding my stuff, that would be great as well. Really appreciate the help and support. Thanks for watching.